What's up everyone, welcome back to another video on the Dirt Master 3D channel, and it's spooky season time as by the time this video comes out, it's a few hours away from Halloween in my time, so around your time it should be uploaded around the 30th or 31st, either a day before or during Halloween. So I thought, why not rank every ghost type Pokemon in Pokemon based on my opinions on them. Let me make a quick disclaimer. This is not ranking these Pokemon based on their competitive usage. It's more based on my personal preferences, how much I like these Pokemon based on their design, my experiences using them, etc, etc. Because I thought it would be a nice fitting video as a Halloween special to rank every ghost type Pokemon, and I decided to make it into a tier list video as well instead, because that would just simplify it and make it easier to organize. So before we start, let me just do a quick shout out moment. If you are still enjoying these videos, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, as it does really help out my motivation. It makes these videos go out to more people, and it'll just keep making me enjoy doing them. Right, let's get on to the list. This time, the tiers are more simplistic. We have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, all pretty self-explanatory if you've seen tier list videos. And there's one Pokemon missing here, which is Hisuian Typhlosion. The person who made this tier list template has not added Hisuian Typhlosion. They added all the other Hisuian ghost types except for Hisuian Typhlosion. So when we get around, like before Mr. Rivis, I'll put Hisuian Typhlosion somewhere on the list. But let's start off with the Gen 1 ghosts, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, and Gengar's other variants. Starting with Ghastly, honestly, I don't hate Ghastly, so it's not going to be in D tier, not going to be in C tier. I don't explicitly like Ghastly at all. To me, Ghastly is just the average Pokemon. It does get annoying every time I encounter it in Lavender Town, in the Pokemon Tower. But it being the original first ever ghost type Pokemon in the Pokemon game, for nostalgia value, I guess as well. I guess I gotta put it B tier. I have a few shiny Ghastlys of my own that I caught in Go. I sent one to home, but I still have a few in Go. I don't remember if it's like an event, but I remember having a few shiny Ghastlys. But now, Haunter. So this is gonna be a bit controversial, as I like Haunter more than Gengar. And I might even put Haunter as S tier. I don't know why. When I was younger, I always thought Haunter looked cooler than Gengar. Looked more like a complete ghost type. Like, it doesn't even have legs, while Gengar looks just like another round, chunky balloon Pokemon that's just purple to represent the ghost type. While Haunter has flowing arms, a bit more spiky. Yet, to me, even the 2D sprites, Haunter looks more ghost-like compared to Gengar. And yeah, I don't know. I always thought Haunter was cooler than Gengar, which is why I'm gonna put Gengar as A tier. Like regular Gengar, not the best. Shiny Mega Gengar, shiny regular Gengar is very disappointing. Shiny Mega Gengar is amazing, but I'm not the biggest Gengar fan. Gengar is really popular. I might even move it to B tier. Gengar is indeed very popular among the Pokemon community, but to me, like Gengar, Alakazam, Machamp, those three, the trade evolutions from Gen 1, they're all kind of lackluster. The only one I really like is Golem, but I'm not the biggest fan of Gengar. Mega Gengar, on the other hand, straight to A tier. It looks amazing, its shiny is amazing, it's good in battle. Like, Shadow Tag is insane, and yeah, Mega Gengar is a big improvement over regular Gengar, but I still like Haunter more. Maybe not. I don't know. They're about around the same level, so I might move Haunter back down to A tier. Yeah, that seems about right. But Gigantamax Gengar is better than regular Gengar. Not as good as Mega Gengar. I played Shield, so I had to fight Alistair with Gigantamax Gengar, and it was pretty annoying, but I always wanted one. It looked very cool. Still haven't got one because it doesn't appear in Max Raids. Dynamax Adventures. But I'd like to try to get one in the future. I mean, I could just feed Gengar Max Soup. I guess that would work. Alolan Marowak. Big improvement from regular Marowak. For the Alolan games, I used Turtonator. I got traded from my brother who played Ultra Sun while I played Ultra Moon. I got Turtonator from him after we traded. And I used it as my fire type, but if my brother never played Ultra Sun, I'm pretty sure I would have went with Alolan Marowak as my fire type starter. My fire type Pokemon of my team, because it just looks so cool. Its aesthetics is amazing. I don't know about its usage in battle because I haven't really used it. I think it might be like a glass cannon, but it's just a big overall upgrade from Marowak. It's one of like the better regional variants in my opinion. Probably second best in Alola, behind Sandslash. No, Misdreavus, being the only Gen 2 Ghost type apart from Corsola, which doesn't become a Ghost type until Gen 8. But Misdreavus is alright. It's not the best. I wouldn't say I like it, so I wouldn't go here. I guess it has to go in C tier, because it's a bit lackluster. They added only one new Ghost type in the Generation 2 games, so it was kind of like not really needed. It was outclassed. If you're going to use a Ghost type on a Gen 2 game, you're most likely going to use Gengar. Misdreavus was weak. It didn't have an evolution until Gen 4, so it's just not really the best Pokemon, but it's not the worst either. Corsola, I think I'll put Corsola in around, I'll put it higher than Gengar, because it wouldn't be an A tier, but I like the concept. I know in Smogon it's really good with Eviolite, but personally I play more VGC, and I don't really see much Alolan Corsola, Galarian Corsola, but I like the overall concept about corals dying. It's also like a good message to the world, like to show, like raise awareness about like coral reefs dying, pollution, all that, and it does have an amazing evolution, and it is also a big upgrade from Corsola. The only thing I don't like about it is that I don't think it's, I don't know if it's shiny actually, but I'm pretty sure shiny is a bit lackluster. I could be wrong. I'm just going based off memory here. But I really liked regular Corsola shiny more, which is like kind of the only the only thing regular Corsola is better at, in my opinion. Now, Shedinja, great concept. The ghost shedded shell. I don't know, but the shedded skin off of a cicada or incada. Amazing concept. 1 HP, Wonder Guard. It's alright. It's better than Gengar, in my opinion. I would never use one, not even in competitive, just out of respect for my opponents. But it's decent. It's not the best. Sableye, I don't know what else to say or say, but like Gen 3 added 3 new ghost type lines, being the Shuppet line, the Duskull line, and Sableye. And Sableye is the weakest of the 3. Like until it got a Mega Evolution, it was kind of useless. It was kind of doo-doo. It was just there. Its concept is alright, but like I've seen better Pokemon during the time. Gen 3 had a few good designs, a lot of good designs actually. I take that back. But Sableye wasn't one that I really liked, and Mega Sableye was not really one I enjoyed either. It's just regular Sableye, but its eyes turns like it gets a red jewel instead of a blue jewel, and it carries around a gem as a shield. It's just regular Sableye with a gem shield and changed eyes. Nothing like drastic change compared to like Gengar. Like from the transition between regular Gengar to Mega Gengar was really like clear. While and like cool, while regular Sableye's transition was not the best. Shuppet, around the same as Misdreavus. I'll probably put it lower than Misdreavus because, again, it's not really that special of a ghost type. It's alright. Yeah, I think it's like a cloak, but I don't really have much opinions on it. All the ones in B tier, I have somewhat of an opinion on them. I think they're alright. C tier, probably those that they're kind of meh, honestly. In my opinion, they're all meh, and Shuppet falls into this category. Now, Banette. Don't hate on me here. Right, hear me out. I'm not someone who's afraid of dolls, but I am someone who is very paranoid a lot. So just the image of this Banette following me in the middle of the night is quite creepy and disturbing to me. When I was younger, Banette used to scare me. I don't know why. Out of every Pokemon, Banette used to scare me. It's like the only one that really scared me. I don't know why. And I have a phobia of frogs. So then, but none of the frog Pokemon even scare me at all. Like some of the frog Pokemon I think are cool, but Banette just has this vibe to it that makes me like feel uncomfortable, a bit creeped out, and then it just, I don't know, I just feel weird looking at Banette. Out of every ghost type, it's probably one of my least favorites, and the kind of nostalgia of it creeping me out as a kid is kind of what makes me not like it. Mega Banette, on the other hand, I'd put it up here. It's a cool improvement. It makes it usable. Like out of every Pokemon to give up Mega to, Banette was one of the few like wild card interesting choices that were picked, and I think they did a pretty good job with it. It captured the essence. It's made to look scary, so I guess it fits. So I'll put it in the bullshit ninja. Now Duskull. Out of all the pre-evolutions for ghost types, Duskull is one of the more perfect ones, in my opinion. I'll put it like above Corsola. Yeah. Like Duskull, has a cool design for a ghost type. A skull face with a cloak, arms behind his back. I don't know how else to describe it. One of the better ghost type pre-evolutions with an amazing line. Like I'll get on to Dusclops and Dusknoir in a second, but yeah, the overall pretty decent Pokemon, but like on the higher end of decent. Dusclops, going to A tier. Dusclops is amazing. Its design is pretty cool looking, and most of my fondness for Dusclops comes from competitive, because Dusclops in VGC is really good. Eviolite, running Will-O-Wisp on it, Nightshade, Ally Switch, Trick Room sometimes. I pair it up with Calyrex Ice, with Trick Room, Rock Tomb. It's really strong, it's really tanky, and I just enjoy using it. One of the few ghost types I actually enjoy using, because I haven't really used ghost type much in playthrough teams. From the list I'm looking at, like from this page I'm looking at, I can see 1, maybe 2 ghost types I've used in a series team. Honestly, I'm not that big a fan of ghost types, but a lot of them are pretty cool. Actually 3, actually. Yeah, I've seen 3. But Dusclops, Dusknoir is one that I would like to use again once in a main series team, probably when I replay Brilliant Diamond. But yeah, right now Dusclops is rising to the top by how much I enjoy using it. The balloons now. The concepts of Drifloon, Drifblim taking children. It's an interesting concept. I'm not going to further elaborate. But hey, ghost balloons, they are alright. I wouldn't say it's C tier. It's like probably on the lower end of B tier. Drifblim is kind of the same, probably on the higher end. I'll put it like it's below Corsola. I'll put it like below Banette, below Mega Banette. I don't really have any fondness for it. It is pretty okay. I see it's there. I have used a Drifblim before. Actually, now that I think about it, I did a Pokemon X Wonderlock, where I traded my basically a Nuzlocke, but instead of keeping the encounter every route, I have to trade off, and I got Drifloon really early, and I kept it on my team all the way until the end. So I had a Drifblim during the Elite Four and the Champion, and I'm pretty sure it's one of those that survived. Either it died during the Elite Four or the Champion, or it survived. I can't remember, but I remember I used it during the Champions, the Elite Four, and pretty sure only 1 or 2 of my Pokemon died during that. And Drifblim might have been one of them, but it was really useful throughout. It was like my flyer and everything. Mismagius, definitely an upgrade from Misdreavus, but its counterpart Murkrow, Hauntkrow, is by far better. I used Hauntkrow on my Brilliant Diamond team, never used Misdreavus before. So maybe until I use Misdreavus, I'll probably keep it like above Shedinja, maybe below Drifblim. Actually, Drifblim should go higher up. Yeah, Drifblim should go higher up from my playthrough. Probably above Duskull. I wouldn't say it's A tier, but like higher B tier. Spiritomb. Okay, Spiritomb is an interesting Pokemon to me. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, when I was young, not too long, actually, like 5 years maybe more. But I had a friend that really enjoyed Pokemon as well, and I'm still friends with that person today. But I'm pretty sure they like told me about Spiritomb. We had like this Pokemon handbook thing that was like every Pokemon up to Gen 5, and he showed me Spiritomb because I didn't realize it existed at that time, and like told me all the lore about Spiritomb, how it's like banished by Arceus, and like the 100 and something souls trapped in it. So I thought it was a legendary at the time. Like if it had higher base stats, it has like the potential to be like a legendary mythical Pokemon of some kind. But honestly, I was very surprised when I found out it was just a regular Pokemon. You can catch one-on-one of it. The overall interesting concept, probably below Drifblim. Yeah, I'll put it below Drifblim. Dusknoir, really cool Grim Reaper Pokemon. Like amazing design. I like the face on his belly where it opens up and then eats souls or whatever, bringing souls to the afterlife. Yeah, It's S tier. I'll put it in S tier. Frostlass. Before Brilliant Diamond, Frostlass would have been made a high B tier. I liked its design. I liked its concept. It's based on I forgot what it's based on, but it's like a Japanese mythology of like this girl in blizzards in the snow, and I prefer the Yokai Watch adaptation of that more. Blizzaria being like probably my top 3 favorite Yokai Watch yokais. But I thought it like did a better job at adapting to that mythology into its origin. But Frostlass, was kind of met to me until Brilliant Diamond, where I wanted to use. I forgot what I wanted to use. I remember I wanted to use a certain ice type on my team, but I couldn't get that ice type or ghost type. I don't remember now. That was a while ago. I wanted to use a certain Pokemon on my team because I had a team of 12. Apparently, I swapped Pokemon around, and I had one more slot which I was hoping to use that Pokemon, but I ended up realizing that it's like post game I couldn't get it. So then I decided, why not like look in the deep undergrounds, the mines, and I encountered a Snorunt, a female Snorunt, and captured it, and then I kept it on my team, and eventually it became a Frostlass, which I enjoyed using. I don't think I brought it to Elite Four with me. I might have did. No, I didn't, because otherwise I would have used it against Cynthia. Wait, I did use it against Cynthia, but it got KO'd by the Garchomp before I could attack for some reason. But that made me really fond of Frostlass. So because of that, Frostlass would probably go in high A tier. I wouldn't say it's S. That makes more sense. Yeah. Rotom. Not counting the other Rotom forms, just regular Rotom because it's Ghost type. The others aren't Ghost types. It's alright. I prefer all the forms more, especially like Rotom Mo. But regular Rotom's alright. I like its concept. I like that, like its goofiness, especially like when it goes into Pokedexes. And I wish to see more Rotom forms in the future. People are saying more evolutions, but yeah, I do want more evolutions, but I want more Rotom forms as well. Because Rotom forms, usable Rotom forms. Because I think Rotom deserves more love. Another Pokemon I used to thought had like potential to be a mythical or legendary if it had higher stats, obviously. Now onto the first ever legendary Ghost type Pokemon, Giratina. Let me just put it up here. I'll put it below Frostlass. And you above Frostlass. So Giratina, just outstanding Pokemon. Near perfect, in my opinion. One of the best legendaries. One of the best shiny of any Pokemon. And it took me almost like around 5,000 encounters in my Pokemon Ultra Moon while shiny hunting it with Shiny Charm in the Ultra Wormhole, soft resetting. It took me months just to get a shiny version. I found one, but accidentally reset it over it, like around like the early 4000s, and then I had to reclaim it in the late 4000s, like early 5000s. But I instantly quick balled it and then master balled it because I couldn't get ball swiped. It's still like I really worked that long just to get a shiny Giratina, and I like to say that it's hella worth it. Its shiny is one of the best. It's very strong, and I used it in my platinum playthrough, one of my first ever platinum playthroughs. So yeah, my first ever platinum playthrough, I used it on my team, and it was really useful as well. Now, Yamask. Not really much to say about it. I'd probably put it lower than Miss Maggie's, higher than Shedinja. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's a cool concept, but Galarian Yamask is definitely better. And I even have a shiny Galarian Yamask in Go that I'm probably gonna transfer to Pokemon Shield if I want to do like a shiny run, shiny only run. And out of all the Pokemon, the Ghost type Pokemon from Unova, the Cofagrigus line probably probably my least favorite out of the four. Yeah, probably the least favorite out of the four. But Cofagrigus, I would say is better than Bednet, Mega Bednet. But like they had an interesting concept. I wish they got a Mega. I'm pretty sure a mummified Mega would work really well with Cofagrigus. That was Zorua and Zoroark. You two get up there. One of my favorite ghosts of all time. Used it in Legends Arceus. I waited all the way until the end just to use it on my team. And it did not disappoint. It was amazing in battle, and I would definitely use it again. And I might even use it in Scarlet and Violet, honestly, because I saw his student Zoroark being in the game. Like, a massive upgrade. Regular Zoroark is already amazing, but this is even better. The only thing I wish I had was a shiny version. Then, yeah, it's probably my favorite ghost type of all time. Frillish and Jellicent, I'll probably put it like up here. Cool designs, cool concepts. I even have a shiny female Jellicent in Pokemon Shield that I found through Dynamax Adventures, and it's one of the better shinies that I found in Shield because my shiny luck has been awful. And you want to use it in a whole Unovan playthrough, because maybe when I do a Unovan playthrough with Emboar, I might use one actually, because it has a really cool typing that I really want to try out. With only one other Pokemon having that typing, only one, so I really want to use it. Litwick line. Litwick is cool. Litwick is cute, and I played this. No, wait, I was gonna say I played Pokemon Insurgents, and I use a Delta Litwick on my team, but I remember that I didn't actually use it. But regardless of that, Litwick is still a really cool, cute kind of Pokemon. I don't know why it gets so much hate just for being an inanimate object Pokemon. Lampent though, let's say it'll go like around here. It's not as good as Litwick. It doesn't have much emotion, and compared to Chandelure, which actually looks cool, regular Lampent doesn't look that cool. Chandelure looks amazing, underrated. Could be a lot better if it was stronger, maybe. And I really want to use it on my team as a fire type. Maybe if I replay through a Unova game with Samura on my team, because I've yet to do either. I've only played with Snivy as my starter. But yeah, Chandelure is one of those Pokemon I really want to use one day. And the Litwick event, Pokemon Go, there was a chance for me to find a shiny Litwick. I have not found one, which was very disappointing because their shiny is amazing. The Golett and Golurk, both of them having like similar opinions. My opinions on them are pretty similar to Jellicent. They're cool ghost types that I would like to use. Not much else to say about it. Golurk is pretty cool, pretty strong, and I really wish I could use one. I don't really get a chance to use one, because normally when I play a new Pokemon game, I only use Pokemon from that generation, unless it's like super old, like Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 3 and past. So yeah, I really want to have a playthrough where I use Golurk. Probably I'll use one in Nuzlocke, because then I don't really have a choice. But it's one of those Pokemon that I feel like could have gone maybe in a Mega Evolution that would have benefited well. Honedge, Doublade, more inanimate object Pokemon, and I'm not a hater of inanimate object Pokemon. I actually think some of them are pretty cool, and Honedge is one of those that I think is pretty cool. Same with Doublade. Doublade, yeah, is similar. Yeah, my opinions on them are pretty similar to each other. But Aegislash, probably going, yeah, high B tier, because Aegislash is alright. I don't like it as much as other people, but it has a cool concept, a cool ability, and amazing shiny. I really want it shiny. I've yet to find a shiny Honedge, but it's definitely one that I will definitely hunt in the future. Phantom. Probably out of every pre-evolution ghost type behind Hisuian, probably the number one first stage evolution ghost type, aside from Hisuian Zorua, because it just looks so adorable. Its concept of a lost child in the forest turning into a ghost is pretty cool. I feel like I like it more than Trevenant, but I like them both like the same amount. Trevenant is also another really cool creepy Pokemon. Just imagine walking in a forest, and then you thought there was a tree, and it was just a Trevenant, and then it eats you. I want to use it on the team, honestly, but being a trade evolution, it makes it hard for me to use it on the team, especially in the 3DS game, because I want to use it in the 3DS game, like Pokemon X, but that's gonna be like a problem. But it's still a really cool Pokemon, better than Pumpkaboo, who I'll probably put in C tier, honestly, and Gourgeist maybe better than Shedinja. It was the better Ghost Grass type of Gen 6. The pumpkins really had cool concepts, but not perfectly executed. It could have done better. Jessie's Pumpkaboo, did she ever have a Gourgeist evolved into Gourgeist? I don't think so. Maybe she did. I don't remember, because it's been a while since I watched the XYZ anime. But the Pumpkaboo was kind of cool. Hoopa, not the best, not the worst either. During the Hoopa movie, it was a bit annoying, but I like it more than its Unbound form, honestly. Not really much to say about Hoopa. I think it's just alright. Could be better. It does have 2 4-times weaknesses. And yeah, I wish I have one, because out of all the mythicals, I don't think I have a Hoopa. I have like a few other mythicals though. From Gen 5 and behind, but I don't have any Gen 6 mythicals. So I hope they make a Gen 6 remake and incorporate the mythicals into the story somehow. Just like how Gen 4 did. Not really incorporate into the story, incorporate the events into the story. Like have story events for them instead of just mystery gift. Now moving on. Decidueye. A lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but I don't like Decidueye. I don't like Incineroar much either. The only good Alolan starter Pokemon in my opinion is Primarina. So, and in Pokemon Unite, it was also pretty annoying, especially its ultimate. But I was an Absol main, so I could destroy it easily. I'm probably gonna put it like maybe. I'll put it below Golurk. Yeah, I'll put it below Golurk. It's pretty average in my opinion. Could be a lot better. Hisuian Decidueye on the other hand, masterpiece. I picked Rowlet as my starter for Legends Arceus, and it did not disappoint. It was a massive upgrade from regular Decidueye. Oricorio, Sensu style is probably my least favorite out of the 4. So, probably high C tier, low B tier, probably put in C tier. Because it did have potential. If it had like an evolution for each of its forms, that might have made Oricorio a lot better. So I hope they do more Oricorio styles and make them stronger. because they have a lot of potential that has been wasted. Compared to another alolan ghost type, the Sandcastles. Sandygast, it's alright. I'll put it like around Drifloon. Palossand, though, I want to use Palossand on a team. I never got to because I used Munsdale on my team, which is honestly, Palossand would have helped out more because it is part ghost, but Munsdale was really strong. So I don't know why I put an A tier. It's not an A tier. It's probably like, yeah, above Spiritomb. It's a really cool concept. I like the idea of it being Ghost Sandcastle that swallow up unsuspecting prey and keeps its bones buried deep in it. So I wish it had a Mega as well. Mega would have been so much cooler. Then imagine like a full-on castle. Mimikyu. I'm not as big of a fan of Mimikyu as the average person, but its concept is really cool. Like it wants to impersonate Pikachu, so it seeks attention. It's good in battle. The totem battle was not too difficult for me. I don't know why, but it was not that difficult for me. But honestly, it's not the best. It could be a lot better. Dhelmise, I don't have any strong opinions on it. It's just average. Yeah, I don't really have much strong opinions on Dhelmise. I just know it was difficult to find in the Alolan games when I was trying to complete the Pokédex. So, if it had a Mega or an Evolution, it would have been much cooler. But I think it would have made it broken with Eviolite. Lunala. I'll put it. It used to be my favorite ghost type until these two showed up. So I'll put it high up here. It's amazing, legendary. Between Sun or Moon, I instantly chose Sun. I instantly chose Moon or Ultra Moon. I just like Lunala a lot better than Solgaleo. Cool typing, cool Bat Moon Pokemon. I just wish it got as much love as Solgaleo. Necrozma Dawn Wings, I'm pretty sure, or Dusk Wings. Yeah, I feel like it's. I like bigger Lunala more, but it does have a cool design. Marshadow, not my favorite mythical Pokemon. It is strong and competitive, but yeah, it could be a lot better. I like it more than Hoopa. That's all I can really feel about it. I haven't used it much, so I don't have any strong opinions on it. So I don't like it as much as the average person. If you're talking mythicals, I'm more of a Fion guy, more of a Celebi Meloetta type person, not a Marshadow Hoopa. Next, Blacephalon. Ultra Beast is an interesting concept. I personally like Ultra Beasts. I know a lot of people don't think they're Pokemon. They don't look like Pokemon, according to them, which is true because they are aliens from outer space. They shouldn't really look like Pokemon, which is like their whole concept, which I really find fascinating. Blacephalon is one of the few that I think looks like the weirdest, which is really good. And I enjoy sweeping people in Pokemon Showdown with Blacephalon. I swept a few of my friends with Blacephalon, and it was really fun to use. So I'll probably put it like above Rotom, no, above Gengar. Let me just move it like this. Yeah, maybe like this. This is better. Yeah, I was just sorting out the list a bit. But Blacephalon is one of the cooler ones that I wish I could use more. Sinistea, Polteageist. I wouldn't say the concept is cool. Yeah, they're alright. I don't have much strong opinions on them. I know Shell Smash, Polteageist is pretty decent. So I'll put it like around. I like it more than Decidueye, but Golurk is better than them. Cursula, amazing Pokemon, amazing concept. I like giving Cursula a big buff. Yeah, straight to A tier. Lunarigus, also another cool Pokemon. I want to use a shiny version of it on a team. And holy crap, this video has gone for 40 minutes. I am sorry I rambled on for so long. But it's Halloween video. Lunarigus higher than Gengar, honestly. Higher than Chandelure. Higher than Trevenant. Yeah, this seems about right. The Dreepy line, I'm not as big of a fan as the Dreepy line as other people. I know a lot of people love Dragapult. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do love Diplocalises, Axolotls. Yeah, mostly Diplocalises. I spent hours in Arc searching for Diplocalises in Arc Mobile because they were just so goddamn hard to find. And I really like their take on it, especially the Fire Jet aesthetic of it. So I wish I could use it in a team. I am playing a ROM hack right now called This Gym of Mine, and I picked Dragon type, and right now I have Dreepy on my team. So I feel like it would be a good addition to my team once it evolves, but right now it's kind of lacking. But I know Dragapult is really strong, and a lot of people say it's fun to use. First Ghost type, pseudo legendary. Moving on to the horses, Spectriers, or the Calyrex Spectrier. I have a Calyrex Ghost Rider team, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite teams. I have a few of those teams, but it could be a lot better, honestly. It's about like the same as regular Calyrex, regular Spectrier, in my opinion, but just a bit better because it's Calyrex. But I don't really have too much strong opinions on it. I picked Glastrier over Spectrier in the Crown Tundra, but yeah, Spectrier is still pretty cool. It's very difficult to sing in, but I like Glastrier more. And now Basculegions up here. I used the female one in my Legend Arceus playthrough because that was the first one I found. Well, sorry, no, that was the best one I found in terms of nature, because I wanted a good nature for it, and I caught a few Basculins with the best nature Basculin I caught I used, which was a female. But I personally like the male design more. It looks less sleepy, and the red fits better with the green, in my opinion. And let me just say, these two, Hisuian, Zoroark, and Basculegion, Legends Arceus made two amazing ghost types, which reminds me of Hisuian Typhlosion, which I would probably put in B tier. Typhlosion. Because I picked the Decidueye, like I said. It looked very sleepy and like very high to me. I don't really have much strong opinions on it, other than I prefer regular Typhlosion by far. But aside from Typhlosion, Galar made a lot of cool ghost type Pokemon. So, what do y'all think about this list? Tell me your opinions in the comments down below. Make sure to be nice. Happy Halloween, everyone. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. And next week, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe another. I'm not gonna do another tier list. I'm probably gonna do something else. But aside from that, question of the day: what is your favorite ghost type Pokemon? Because mine from this tier list, it's Hisuian Zoroark. Used to be Lunala. But yeah, this was really fun tier list to make Halloween special. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and happy Halloween.